David Berkowitz, Letters from a Lover. Daily News, August 14th, 1977. Iris Gerhardt, David Berkowitz's teenage girlfriend. She leaned forward on the sofa, a half smile on her thin, pretty face. Her hair was long and dark. Then she spoke softly, choosing the words with care. How would I say what he was like? I don't want anyone to misunderstand. Her voice quivered slightly, betraying the emotion that had built inside her since they arrested Son of Sam. She was, perhaps, the closest thing to a friend that David Berkowitz had ever known, and even with the horrible secret out, she wanted to be kind. She had known the man now called Son of Sam for 7 years, since she was 14 and he was 16. The last year didn't count. Their close platonic relationship had ended just 3 months before the year-long murderous rampage had begun. David's relationship with the girl finally came to its inevitable end. He called one day and someone else took a message. She didn't call back, and she never heard from him again. About 3 months later, the shooting started. Excerpt from Son of Sam, the .44 caliber killer, George Carposi Jr. Letters from a Lover. Her voice was tremulous, and she was concerned about her own good reputation, which she felt had to be protected. For Iris Gerhardt was married now, and as Mrs. Carrie Klausner was more than 8 months pregnant. She didn't want her neighbors in Westland, the Detroit suburb, to misunderstand about her relationship with David Richard Berkowitz. But then, too, the New York News and New York Post were hot for her letters from Dave, and the $200 and $500 the two generous big city newspapers were paying, respectively, could help the family finances at a time like that. Iris was only 14 years old when she got to know Dave, and barely 16 when she broke with him, because I wanted to see other guys. But Mrs. Klausner said she and David continued to be close friends. Excerpts. Letters from David, while in the military, to Iris Gerhardt. I want to be free. I will be pretty soon. There is something I must do first. Give me about 50 days for planning. Iris, do you know what? I'd sure like mankind to be free. Hey, love, tell me how to be free. Tell me how to find peace. Did you know that I was in a down mood when I got your letter? Then I read your letter, and it totally paralyzed my mind. I think it's my fault that our going together never worked out. I never put any effort into our relationship. So don't apologize, because you have nothing to be sorry about. I'll tell you what, when I come home in June, I promise I'll make love to you all weekend long, okay? We'll do it for old time's sake. We're all doomed to the grave. When you think of death, do you lose your breath? Or do you keep your cool? Oh, Iris, man, I'm all fucked up. Please straighten me out. Please. I love you. Dave. After the arrest, Mrs. Klausner shook her head. I know it's wrong, but I still have this feeling for this poor lonely guy. I just feel so sorry for him.
I was going with this girl, Iris Gerhardt. I lived in Co-op City in the housing development. And the day before I was making out with her. Then my friend told me that he saw her in the park, this is at the other end, this playground area, making out with this guy, Gary or something. And after that, we broke up. She went with him. You know, I was definitely, I felt shitty, really. Madly in love with the girl, and you think everything's going fine, and then you find out she's having an affair or something behind your back. And there's not too many men that take that too lightly.